Germany will be an immersed tunnel for both cars and trains. This animation shows how the tunnel will be built. The majority of the tunnel elements will be produced in a factory east of Rottbühl-Haun. The factory's facilities include production halls, docks, and a working harbour. The halls, where the reinforcing modules will be prepared, are marked in red. The factory will also have 8 production lines for casting the concrete elements. Production will take place in a continuous process, in which 9 identical segments will be joined together to create a complete element. The finished tunnel element will be pushed in a dry dock and prepared for transport. Each element will be 217 meters long and will weigh over 70,000 tons. The tunnel will contain 2 railway tracks and 2 tubes, each with a 2-lane motorway and an emergency lane. A service and emergency corridor will be located between the motorway tubes. To prepare transport, watertight bulkheads are mounted and the dry dock is filled with water until the element floats. Now the floating tunnel element will be towed to the deep section of the basin. The water level in the basin is then lowered to match the level of the harbour. The dock gates are opened and the element can be towed out. The element is tugged to a holding area near the location where it will be immersed. It will then be immersed in a trench that has been excavated in advance while the element was being constructed. In the holding area near the trench, the tunnel element will be hooked up to floating pontoons. Then the element will be towed to its immersion site. Ballast tanks that have been fitted to the element are gradually filled with water to sink it. As the element slowly sinks, its movements are controlled by mooring wires. The new tunnel element is connected to the prior element. Next, water is pumped out between the bulkheads, and the water pressure on the opposite, free end of the element will force the elements closer together, creating a watertight seal. The trench on both sides of the element is now backfilled with a layer of gravel to keep it in position. Then a layer of sand. Finally, a protective layer of stones is laid on top. With a length of approximately 18 kilometers, the Fehmarnbelt Fixed Link will be the world's longest immersed combined road and train tunnel.